Hi, I'm Aaron Anastasi, the creator and founder of Superior Singing Method, which is an online 8-week systematic singing program. One thing I'm really passionate about in life is helping people all over the world attain their dreams, to find out what it is that they love to do and to reach those dreams, and specifically as it relates to singing. And I hope that you are the next student that I could take to the next level of your singing, no matter where you are in your singing journey. If you've never sang before in your life, or you're midway through, wherever you are in your journey, I would like to take you to the next level and to the next level, and hopefully several levels, but start you one at a time. I've got thousands of students all over the world, really, over 100 different countries, and I've had the privilege of teaching them and watching them grow as singers. Now, in this video, what I want to give you is one of my favorite vocal exercises, for one. I'm going to give that to you at the end of the video, because before I do that, I want to give you 3 essential singing tips. The type of tips that will help you with your power, your vocal tone, your pitch, ability to stay on key, and smoothing out those cracks and breaks. Those cracks and breaks usually happen in your voice in between your different vocal registers, because in there are 2 muscles pulling against each other, and if you haven't built up those muscles in there, one usually gives way, and that's when your voice cracks. But we'll talk more about that. Okay, the first singing tip that I want to give you has to do with what does it take to learn to sing. Now, the most frequently asked question that I get by far is, can anyone learn to sing? And of course they're asking me, can I learn to sing too? And I get that. I totally understand that, because I relate to that. When I was a kid, I couldn't sing for anything, and I wanted to know if I could learn how to sing, and I did learn how to sing. I've been singing professionally for most of my life now. The short answer is yes, you can learn how to sing, no matter, again, where you are, and no matter what genre you sing too. People look at me, black hair, tattoos, they think, well, you must sing rock or metal or something in that area. The tips and the singing tips and vocal exercise that I'm going to give you are universal, no matter where you are in genre, whether R&B or classical or rock or country or anything. These tips will help you to just become a better singer. It will develop your voice, and you decide what genre you want to sing. But the basic answer is, can you learn to sing? If you can speak, you can sing. If you can speak, you can learn to sing, I should say, because singing is just sustained speech. Okay, so back to what I said at the very beginning of this video. What does it take to learn to sing? It's really simple. I mean, it's not super easy, but it's really simple. To learn to sing, it just takes 2 main things. The first one is the how part, how to learn to sing, the technical stuff of what you have to do, and that encompasses the techniques and the exercises. And of course you need the right techniques and you need the right exercises. There are a lot of techniques and exercises floating around on the internet that are not only not going to help you become a better singer, you just be spinning your wheels in mud essentially, some will actually hurt your voice and damage your vocal cords. So you got to get the right exercises, the right techniques. And then the second part is practicing. There's the whole you gotta do stuff, just like an athlete. As a singer, singers are actually athletes. You may not feel like an athlete if you've been singing, but it is an athletic exercise in that your voice is your instrument, and you need to build up your voice just like any other muscle in your body. And just like an athlete goes to the gym and builds their muscles, it takes a certain amount of repetition and consistency to build up those muscles to be strong enough to be able to sing with good tone and to sing with great pitch and all those other things. So those are the 2 main things. How do I sing, the techniques and exercises, and then actually taking the time to practice and being consistent with those practices. Okay, the second singing tip that I want to talk about is your posture. And I know that sounds kind of boring, but this is actually a major thing that if you put this into practice right now, literally right now, it'll change the way you sing pretty radically. You've heard of, and we'll get to the actual tip in a minute, but you've heard you got to breathe from your diaphragm, you got to sing from your diaphragm. You may or may not have heard that, but what does that exactly mean? How do you sing and breathe from your diaphragm? Well, I want to talk a little bit about that, but let me tell you this, when you're sitting down and you're hunched over, what it does is it diminishes your lung capacity. And of course you need your lungs to be able to sing out, you need your lungs filled with air. So how do you make the diaphragm descend in order to allow, because what happens is when you take a complete breath, Your diaphragm descends and it opens up a bigger space for your lungs to be able to expand, and it makes more capacity, more lung capacity for you. So try this. If you're probably sitting down right now, if you're sitting down kind of hunched over, I want you to just try singing a phrase, any phrase. Somewhere over the rainbow, anything, I mean, whatever, just some kind of phrase. And then I want you to get up. I want you to stand up, put your arms to your side, and put your shoulders back a little bit, and then try it again. Same phrase, same everything. Somewhere, and just see how the difference is with how you're able to sing, because it makes a difference if you're singing from your diaphragm rather than singing from your throat. Many people sing from their throat. It's and it's that instead of more here. So when you stand up and you allow your diaphragm and your lungs to do the work and not your throat, you're going to sing with a bigger, fuller sound. This will help with a lot of things, your power and your tone, and ultimately with your pitch as well. And this will, once you get this mixed with a couple of exercises, it will start working on those cracks and breaks. And I'm actually going to give you an exercise at the end that will really help with those cracks and breaks and transitions. So give that a try and see if that doesn't help you right away. Okay, the third singing tip that I want to give you has to do with your vocal tone, your tone, the quality of the sound that comes out of your mouth when you sing. Now, a lot of people focus on their pitch, because if you have bad pitch, you're not singing on key. Everybody notices that, and I think that's great, focusing on pitch. And there are a lot of different exercises and things that I talk about in my course that help you with your pitch. But vocal tone specifically is something that even if you have great pitch, if your tone is nasally or just super abrasive, it's not very pleasant to listen to. So that's something that you want to work on. The good news is that I've got some really simple tips for you that will help you right away. If you just use these couple of tips, it'll get you further down that road toward better tone. The first one is a relaxed jaw. Just simply a relaxed jaw. Now, when a lot of my students, when they go to sing, they're nervous first of all, and so they're a little tense, and then they're also a little insecure about their voice, which is totally understandable. I've been there and still get there. You want to kind of you tense up your jaw a little bit, and when you sing, it just doesn't quite come out right because you're all tense. So along with that relaxed jaw, so you just relax a little bit, is opening your mouth a little more than you may think. Instead of somewhere, it's somewhere, singing it out a little bit, allowing your resonators to work. Now, what a resonator is, there are a lot of different things that resonate inside your mouth and your sinus cavity and your throat and all throughout. But if your mouth is closed, then that sound can't bounce off those resonators and make this big, full sound that you want. What happens is the sound, when it hits the right resonators, it gets bigger and it gets fuller and it gets wider and it gets that nice, rich, big, powerful tone that you want without having to push. That's what's great about the resonators, is you never want to have to push your voice to get the volume that you want. If you sing and use all your resonators by opening your mouth and relaxing your jaw, and there are other things too, but what will happen is you can sing with less effort, more powerfully, and that's really ultimately what you want. Okay, as promised, I want to give you my favorite vocal exercise. And what this is, it's called lip rolls. You may have heard of lip rolls before, but lip rolls basically sound like this. They go, so you can go. One way that I like to do, if I'm just in the car or I need to do vocal exercise really fast, a lot of times I'll pop in my CD, vocal CD or whatever of scales. But if I don't have any of that, one good way that I like to warm up is doing my lip rolls. And I'll start from the bottom to the top and back to the bottom. So I'll go. So that's basically the exercise there, and I kind of I work it when I'm actually doing them. I'll go down and back up and in the middle and just give your voice a nice warm up. The great thing about the lip rolls is, I'll tell you all the benefits in a minute, but the great thing about it is the starting and the stopping of the lips. What it does is it creates a vacuum in your throat that keeps your vocal cords together, because when your voice cracks and breaks or squeaks or does all the things that you don't want it to do that it occasionally does, it's because what's happening, your vocal cords are kind of like this, and when you sing they vibrate and they open up a bit, but when they crack and break, your vocal cords go poof and they kind of bust apart. I mean, they're always connected, but they bust apart too much. And so what this does is that compression helps them hold together. So that whole thing I was talking about with the cracks and breaks in the different vocal registers, remember I was saying those muscles kind of pull against each other, because if they're not strengthened, one gives way and you crack and break. But what this does is it strengthens all the way through the top and all the way back down, forcing your vocal cords to stay together. Force sounds bad, but it's just it holds them together and allows you to work all the way throughout your whole register, creating a nice mixed voice, a nice blended voice, because that's the goal, is to get one big huge voice, not like a chest voice and a head voice and all that stuff. That's great, but if you can just get top to bottom one great big mixed voice, one great blended voice, that's the goal, and that's what these will help you with. And you can do these just like up and down like that. Notice that I'm pushing up the cheeky part of my face, the fatty part of my cheeks here, because that helps you kind of get the get it rolling. Like if you don't do that, it's like it's just a little hard to get going. Some people could do it. For me, it's just easier to lift it up a little. You can do it with one hand if you're driving, or two hands, and those lip rolls. So you can do it just by going up and down like that, or any scales. In my program, I give you tons of scales with the piano, and you can go. You could do it with scales, or just do it however, whatever you have access to at that moment when you want to warm up or work, strengthen your vocal muscles, your vocal cords. Now, the benefits of this, I talked a little bit about that. It'll help with those cracks and breaks, help you develop a mix, a blended voice. It'll smooth out those breaks in between registers because you're working all the way through, keeping those vocal cords together. And it will also help you to expand your range. And I know that's important for a lot of people. They want, how could I sing higher? I want to be able to sing higher notes. This will help you expand your range, because what it'll do is as you get to the top of your range, it allows you, it keeps those vocal cords together even up at the top of your range, but in a way that is it's not hurting your vocal cords at all. It's just a really smooth, nice way to keep your vocal cords together. So, and you can work it all the way up there. If you're trying to sing those notes without that compact going on with your lips opening and closing like that, there's going to be a lot more strain, a lot more stress. So this is a great way to strengthen your vocal cords with no impact, no hard impact on your vocal cords at all. Okay, so what we're going to do now, you and I, is we are going to do this vocal exercise, the lip rolls, and we're going to do it on what's called a 5-tone scale. Da 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 da. So you're going to do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a piano piece for you with this 5-tone scale, and you're just going to follow along to the piano and do this vocal exercise. Now it's going to go up really high. I know there's both guys and girls out there, and you have different ranges. So what I want you to do is jump in and just start where it starts, and then go up high to a comfortable range. Don't push or force your voice to go too high, and then as it comes back down, you can catch on the way back down, and then do it all the way back down to the chest voice area. You can fast forward it even if you want to get back to a comfortable range. Okay, so this is the beginning. I don't know where you are in your vocal journey, but this is the beginning of, yes, you're doing some exercises. You're beginning to move toward your dreams, and as to attain your dreams, it's going to take a lot of hard work along the way, but it's going to be worth it once you get there. So I encourage you to make the step and really go after your dreams, but it's going to take a little bit of work. This is lip rolls on a 5-tone scale. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed one of my favorite vocal exercises for improving your singing voice quickly. This exercise is a great way to start building control in your singing voice, improving your power, pitch, and range. But the key is consistency. You have to practice every day in order to train your vocal muscles and start seeing real improvements in your voice. Now, obviously, one vocal exercise alone isn't going to be enough to train every aspect of your singing voice. In order to have total control over your voice, you need a variety of exercises that'll train every muscle in different ways, and that's when you'll see drastic transformations in your voice. And on top of that, you need to learn how to sing properly and all the various singing techniques. Many problems that you may be experiencing when you sing, such as lack of power, shakiness when you sing, poor pitch, and poor tone, can be fixed almost instantly when you understand the proper fundamentals of singing. So, what's your next step? What can you do right now to improve your singing voice quickly? Well, I've spent the past several years developing a vocal training method, the one I was telling you about earlier, that is exercises and a full program that will answer this very question of how can I become a better singer? And I made this program instantly accessible online so that no matter where you are in the world, you can easily improve your singing voice. It's called, as I mentioned earlier, Superior Singing Method, and I want to invite you to get started today. Inside the Superior Singing Method program, you'll get tons of high-quality singing lesson videos teaching you exactly how to sing properly, and even how to do each one of the 31 dynamic vocal training exercises that are included. And one of the things that makes Superior Singing Method truly special is that these 31 vocal exercises were carefully developed to train every part of your voice, making you a more complete and controlled singer. The 8-step systematic program will retrain your voice so that singing becomes as easy and effortless as speaking. You'll discover singing techniques that can literally improve your singing voice instantly simply by implementing them. You will develop and improve your vocal tone, pitch, resonance, power, mix, vocal agility, vibrato, and much more. All you have to do is follow this step-by-step program, and I literally guarantee that you will see improvements in your singing voice quickly. Millions of people have watched our videos, thousands have gone through the Superior Singing Method program, and I have tons of emails from people that are absolutely amazed at the breakthroughs that they experience in their singing voice. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my favorite vocal exercises for improving your singing voice quickly. And now I want to invite you to try it out as well. To get started, all you have to do is click the link below that says Get Superior Singing Method Now, and you will get instant access to the entire program. So click the link below now. You can learn more about the program and get started right away.